These are clear signs that she wants to be approached. Modern Stoic. Welcome to our channel, It's Blessing of Stoic, where you discover insightful wisdom from Stoic philosophers to help you live a happier and more fulfilling life. Today, we're diving into a topic that many men find themselves pondering in silence. How do you know when a woman wants you to approach her? Women often communicate their interest in subtle, non-verbal cues. These signals can be easy to overlook if you're not familiar with what to look for. A glance, a gesture, a change in her tone. All of these can carry meaning. Without the right understanding, however, it's easy to mistake a friendly gesture for a flirtatious one or even miss an opportunity altogether. In this video, we'll explore 6 clear signs that indicate a woman may be open to you approaching her. These aren't grand or dramatic gestures. Rather, they're often small, intentional actions that subtly signal, "I see you and might be interested in connecting." Learning to read these cues isn't about playing games. It's about cultivating the ability to read comfort, interest, and social dynamics in a way that is both respectful and confident. Whether you're at a social gathering and enjoying a coffee shop moment, or catching someone's eye from across the room, these insights will empower you to recognize when it's the right moment to take a step forward. Stay with us until the end, as we'll also share tips on how to respond in a way that ensures both of you feel comfortable and respected. Let's dive into it. Number 1. The look and look away. In the world of human connection, sometimes it's the unsaid that speaks the loudest. And that's where the blessing of Stoicism comes into play. There's a certain magic in a glance, an ancient silent language that speaks volumes. When a woman makes eye contact with you, lingers just a second too long, then swiftly turns away, she's not merely being polite or practicing social decorum, she's offering a glimpse into something deeper. This is no ordinary look, it's a test, a question posed without words, a silent invitation to come closer. That fleeting smile she flashes before diverting her gaze is not an accident. It's a strategy, a subtle dance between awareness and curiosity. Pay attention, because if you miss it, you risk losing the chance to engage with something real. It's one of those rare moments where the modern Stoic must shine, recognizing what's been quietly placed before them. The look and look away isn't just a playful gesture. It's a deliberate signal that she's testing the waters, seeing if you'll respond with the quiet confidence that makes you stand out. When this moment happens more than once, it's no longer a coincidence, and she's signaling interest, offering you an opening into something potentially deeper. The key here is not in making a grand gesture or jumping in with too much energy, but in responding with subtlety, courage, and acknowledgement. You don't need to rush. Simply make eye contact, offer a smile, and approach with the calm presence that marks the blessing of Stoicism. Her eyes are the language of curiosity, asking, "Will you notice me? Will you come closer?" It's a call to attention, an invitation to engage, and it's done with such quiet elegance that it feels almost effortless on her part. Yet, if you miss the signal, the moment fades as quickly as it arrived. She won't chase you, but if you're sharp enough to recognize this silent plea, the conversation she started with her eyes will unfold before you. Too many men overlook this sign, thinking they need to hear words, or waiting for overt physical gestures. Yet women have been using these subtle forms of communication long before dating apps or social expectations clouded the waters. The third glance. Now that's deliberate. It's an open invitation, a risk she takes without putting herself in a vulnerable position. It's a powerful tool, both sincere and strategic. This is where the old Stoic wisdom comes in. It's not about rushing or forcing a response. It's about recognizing the rare moments when vulnerability and strength collide, when you read the look and respond with quiet confidence. You're stepping into a silent conversation that's been ongoing for centuries. You'll realize that the best connections often start without words, with nothing more than the willingness to be present in that one quiet moment. When she looks, you must look back. And when she waits, you must walk toward her. That's the art of recognizing the invitation and knowing when to act. The look and look away isn't just a moment to be passed over. It's the beginning of something real. And the choice is yours to make. Number 2, she stands near you. There's a language women speak that doesn't rely on words. It's deliberate, subtle, and powerful, often overlooked by those who are too distracted by the noise of the world around them. One of the strongest yet most understated signs that she wants to be approached is how she positions herself in a room. This isn't accidental. Her choice of proximity speaks volumes, revealing her intent in ways that words simply cannot. If you're paying attention, you'll recognize this behavior as a signal, an invitation in plain sight. When a woman stands near you, particularly in a crowded or social setting, it's no coincidence. She's placing herself just within reach, not so close that it feels intrusive, but close enough to be noticed. This is the first step in the unspoken dance of interest. She doesn't need to utter a word. Her presence is all that's necessary. She's showing you that she's available and open to connection. This subtle maneuver reflects the Stoic lessons that often go unnoticed. The quiet strength and wisdom of recognizing and acting on the space between people. You don't need grand gestures or loud declarations. Sometimes, all it takes is standing close enough to signal interest without ever saying a thing. The space she chooses to occupy around you reveals more than any verbal exchange could. This is especially true in social environments, bars, parties, gatherings, where physical proximity often carries more weight than a casual conversation. If you notice her gradually edging closer, while still maintaining just enough distance to keep it comfortable, this is her way of testing the waters. She's giving you the chance to decide whether or not you'll close the gap, allowing you to make the next move. This isn't about being chased. No, she's not running after you. She's simply offering you the chance to catch up. This unspoken invitation is one of the most profound examples of Stoic life in action. It's about giving space, both physical and emotional, for something to unfold naturally. If you're perceptive enough to notice, her body language also carries an emotional cue: comfort. By standing near you, she's signaling that she feels safe enough in your presence to break the invisible bubble we all maintain. This isn't trust that's been built over time. It's the early stages of it, the kind that says, "I'm curious, I'm interested, and I hope you're going to take the next step." She's not rushing you, but she's also not hiding her interest. And if you catch her eye, even for a split second, and hold it, you'll know that she's checking to see if you're aware of her presence. This isn't a random glance. It's a signal, an invitation, a challenge, depending on how you choose to read it. In that moment, you must decide whether to step into her unspoken space or let the opportunity slip away. A smile or a small step forward can be all it takes to turn this silent interaction into something more meaningful. What's powerful here, and often missed, is the rarity of such gestures in today's world, where distractions pull our attention in countless directions. With the constant buzz of phones, the noise of daily life, and the overload of information, these simple, quiet moments of connection are becoming increasingly rare. That's what makes her choice to stand near you so significant. In a world of noise and distraction, she's choosing to be present, to stand near you without saying a word. She's showing you that she's open, she's interested, and she's waiting for you to notice. So, don't let this moment pass by unnoticed. The Stoic life teaches us the value of observing what's right in front of us, of recognizing the silent signals and the unspoken invitations. You must respond with quiet confidence and clarity, just as she has made the first move with the quiet wisdom of her actions. Be mindful of the space she's chosen, and don't hesitate to step into it with intention. When she stands near you without speaking, she's already said a great deal. You just have to listen, not with your ears, but with your eyes, your presence, and your awareness. The world may be filled with noise, but in these rare moments of connection, silence speaks louder than anything else. If you recognize these signs and feel the pull, drop a comment right now. I'll make the first move. Like this video. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and remember, in silence, she speaks louder than words. Number 3, her movements are exaggerated. When a woman is drawn to a man, her body speaks long before her words can even form. Pay attention to her movements, for they will tell you everything. Her gestures become more pronounced, her laughter a bit louder, her posture more open and animated. These aren't random acts, they're deliberate signals, crafted to capture your attention. She's inviting you to notice her, to see her, in a way that doesn't require verbal confession. It's an instinctual act, not manipulation, but an authentic, powerful form of connection. She's trying to stand out in a world where everyone is vying for emotional engagement. If she's leaning into a story, using sweeping hand gestures, or tossing her head back with a laugh that goes just a bit beyond the moment, these are not accidents. They're signals aimed squarely at you. The message: I see you, and I want you to see me too. This is the essence of attraction, a subtle yet potent performance of desire. As the Stoics taught, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, it's about being strong in your presence and deliberate in your actions, just as she's doing with hers. Her movements are not about putting on a show for everyone. They are a language she speaks only to you. She's not trying to charm the entire room, she's trying to charm you. Perhaps her body shifts to face you, even when in a group, or her eyes linger on you just a moment longer than usual. She might even fix her hair when you're near. These cues aren't there to manipulate you, but to signal her desire for connection. This is what true attraction looks like, a series of layered gestures that communicate far more than words could ever express. When a woman exaggerates her movements, she's signaling that she's not indifferent to you. In fact, she's interested. These aren't just flirtations, they're invitations to connect, an opening for something deeper. A man must be sharp enough to recognize these signs. Don't merely see the animated gestures. Ask yourself, who is she performing for? Is she mirroring your energy? Does her attention seem disproportionately focused on you compared to others in the room? If the answer is yes, then you've caught her in the act of trying to forge a connection with you. The Stoic principles remind us that life is about awareness, seeing what others fail to notice. In this case, it's about noticing her subtle cues and not letting them go unacknowledged. When a woman becomes more animated around you, it's not an accident. It's a clear signal to pay attention. It's her way of showing that she values your presence and wants to be seen by you. Remember, people don't exaggerate themselves for those they feel indifferent about. These exaggerated movements aren't for the crowd. They're for you. She's not trying to draw attention to herself in the general sense. She's drawing your attention, inviting you to engage. As Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." You must see these signals as the opportunity they are and respond with awareness, not confusion. When several of these behaviors align, extended eye contact, a slight lean toward you, a touch that feels spontaneous yet intentional, understand that it's an invitation, an opening for connection. In relationships, as in life, the loudest voices are often silent. A glance, a smile that lingers a moment too long, a body that leans toward you. These aren't random acts, they are calculated gestures of attraction. They may seem small, even trivial, but they are anything but. They are a form of communication far more powerful than words. The next time you see a woman becoming more animated around you, recognize it for what it is: a deliberate invitation to see her, to connect, and to move beyond the surface. And just as in the practice of Stoicism, where action follows awareness, respond to her movements with deliberate intent, act with purpose, as you would in all areas of life, and you will master the art of connection. Number 4, the smile and hair flick. When a woman smiles at you and flicks her hair, don't just brush it off as a casual gesture or something trivial. This is not just a fleeting moment. It's one of the clearest signs that she's inviting you to approach. The modern Stoic understands that these subtle gestures carry immense weight. They're often more telling than words. It's an invitation to engage, an opportunity for connection, disguised in the simplicity of a smile and a flick of the hair. A moment like this can be seen as a blessing of Stoicism, where restraint meets clarity, and where reading between the lines is just as important as hearing the words. This isn't some random act, nor is it just about a woman playing with her hair for no reason. What you're witnessing is an instinctive, socially conditioned cue that speaks to deeper emotional and biological triggers. She smiles not to simply be polite, but to subtly say, "I'm open, I'm present, and I want you to notice me." The flick of the hair doesn't come from a place of vanity, but from a deeper instinct to draw attention to her most feminine features. Her face, her neck, her presence. It's an elegant dance that communicates comfort, confidence, and a gentle nudge toward connection. You need to understand that this is not just about physical attraction. It's about confidence, energy, and an invitation to step into the moment. That smile she offers is not generic, not a passing politeness. It's directed at you. It has warmth and openness in it, and it's a signal that she's receptive to your presence. When she runs her fingers through her hair or lets it cascade over her shoulder, it's not a random motion. It's a delicate, natural gesture that reveals her comfort and a willingness to share a bit of her charm. It's like a silent message, a deeper communication that says more than words ever could. Her body is giving you an invitation to engage, to take action, to step forward with confidence. The Stoic approach would be to recognize this moment for what it truly is. A quiet but powerful sign that says she's interested, but not in a forceful, demanding way. There's no need for pressure here, no rush to act. This is a moment of permission, an unspoken yes to conversation, a soft opening that leaves room for connection without expectation. Now, don't be fooled into thinking that this is some playful or trivial act. It's not just a woman adjusting her hair or smiling for the sake of it. It's an age-old, instinctual gesture that has worked for generations because it speaks to something deep within us. It's about energy and magnetism, about the way attraction can build from a single moment of acknowledgement. When you see a woman smile and flick her hair, she's offering you more than just a look. She's offering you a chance to step into her world, even if only for a moment. And for the modern Stoic, this is where true mastery lies, in recognizing these subtle signs and responding with the kind of awareness and presence that doesn't force anything but allows things to unfold naturally. You don't need to overanalyze the moment or rush to fill the silence with words. Simply recognize the invitation for what it is and respond with grounded confidence. A smile in return, a steady gaze, and you've already met her halfway. The blessing of Stoicism in moments like this is in understanding that connection doesn't have to be loud or forceful. Sometimes, the most meaningful exchanges are the quiet ones, where presence and awareness take the place of unnecessary chatter. This is where the old Stoic principles apply. Observe, engage with intent, and don't rush to overstep boundaries. The flick of her hair and the smile she offers are signs of confidence, interest, and comfort in her own skin when they're not desperate, not needy. They simply say, "I see you, and I'm willing to share a moment with you, but only if you're paying attention." This is the kind of interaction that doesn't scream for attention, but rather gently beckons you into it. It's an invitation to step forward, to embrace the moment without feeling overwhelmed by the need to fill it with words or grand gestures. You must understand that these small, subtle moments are what create the foundation for meaningful connections. The smile, the hair flick, the shift in body language. All of these signals, though subtle, are meaningful. They're not random. They're part of an age-old language of attraction that transcends time. When a woman offers you this, it's not a casual or passive act. It's a sign of interest, a rare kind of green light. But it's up to you to recognize it and step into it with the right energy. It's about awareness and presence. You don't have to be loud, bold, or overly assertive. Just be calm, grounded, and open to what the moment offers. So, don't miss it. The smile, the flick of her hair, the way her body language shifts. These are all signs of attraction, confidence, and a silent invitation to connect. If you're the modern Stoic, you'll know that the true power in moments like these isn't in the words exchanged, but in the understanding that sometimes the most profound connections begin not with conversation but with awareness. Don't overthink it, don't force it, but don't ignore it either. Recognize the sign, honor the invitation, and step forward with the grounded presence of a man who understands the quiet, yet powerful language of attraction. Number 5, she creates opportunities for light physical contact. This might seem like a small thing at first, but it's not. When a woman is drawn to a man, she doesn't always say it outright. She doesn't need to shout it from the rooftops. Instead, she speaks through subtle, often silent gestures, small touches, brief moments of proximity, and delicate actions that say more than words ever could. This is where the Stoic lessons come into play. The Stoic life teaches us that the smallest, seemingly insignificant moments often carry the most weight. A light tap on the arm as she laughs, a playful nudge as she brushes past you, or a brief brush of her hand as she hands something to you. These aren't just random acts. They are intentional, quiet invitations disguised as casual interactions. They are signals, subtle but deliberate, saying more than what's on the surface. What you're witnessing is a woman signaling interest, without the bold declarations or grand gestures that many men expect. Her goal isn't to make you uncomfortable. She doesn't want to invade your personal space, but rather, she wants to collapse the distance between you. She's inviting you in, not with words, but with actions. She's letting you know that she feels safe around you. The lightness of the touch is not just about physical contact. It's a way to gauge your response, to see if there is room for the connection to deepen. This is where the Stoic lessons are crucial. Recognizing the significance of these small but quiet moments and understanding their deeper meaning requires awareness. You must be able to sense the subtle signals of emotional openness. She's trusting you without saying it aloud. And if you're paying attention, you'll understand exactly what she's offering. The subtlety here is key. Notice how she might position herself closer than necessary, or how she might lean in just a little bit. Even though she can hear you perfectly fine, you might catch her hand reaching out as she laughs, or how she might linger just a fraction longer when handing you something. These aren't random, meaningless actions. They are deliberate, quiet gestures of trust and curiosity. She's not manipulating the situation. She's not trying to make you feel like you have to do something. She's simply inviting you to step closer and to understand that there's room for a deeper connection. But the response you give matters just as much as the initial action. The Stoic approach here is not to rush, but to reflect her pace. This is where your response becomes crucial. Don't be hasty, don't escalate the situation too quickly. Instead, reflect her energy with calmness and respect. A warm smile, a gentle nod, or simply matching her pace in the moment. This is what builds trust, not forceful action or rushed movements. You must show her that you respect her space, that you understand the meaning behind these subtle cues, and that you value her comfort. It's in this space, where safety is felt, that attraction grows. Remember, in a world where words are often guarded, physical touch has become one of the last honest signals we have. It's not just about the surface-level contact. It's about what lies beneath it. When a woman touches you lightly, even if it's just for a brief moment, she's taking a risk. She's exposing herself to vulnerability. That touch is an invitation to step into her world, to build trust slowly, and to deepen the connection that's forming. But the key is to respect that gesture. See it not as an opportunity to take advantage, but as an opportunity to honor her trust and build something real. This is the heart of Stoicism, recognizing that these small, seemingly insignificant moments are full of meaning, and how you respond to them is what truly matters. Pay close attention to the moments when she reaches out, even in the smallest ways. Notice when her hand brushes against yours in passing, or when she lingers just a second longer than necessary. These are not accidental. They are small choices that reveal much more than they appear. In these moments lie the beginnings of something real, the possibility of closeness, the slow unfolding of connection. If you can read these gestures correctly, you won't need to guess how she feels. Her touch has already told you everything you need to know. To truly embody the Stoic life, you must learn to appreciate these subtle signs. It's not always the grand declarations or the loud actions that matter most. It's the quiet, reserved signals that carry the most meaning. In a world that often moves too fast, these small moments of touch, of proximity, are an invitation to slow down, to engage with presence, and to build a connection based on trust, respect, and emotional openness. Be aware. Don't rush. And remember, the real beauty of these moments is in how they unfold naturally, without pressure, without expectation. That's where the magic happens. If you find this valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I understand the power of respectful connection. This statement reminds us of the importance of recognizing subtle cues and honoring the trust that comes with vulnerability. Your awareness and respect for these small gestures can make all the difference. Number 6, she finds a reason to start a small interaction or ask a casual question. When a woman finds a reason to ask a casual, seemingly insignificant question. It may appear random at first. Perhaps she asks for the Wi-Fi password in a coffee shop, even though it's posted clearly on the wall, or inquires if the seat next to you is taken, even though there are several other open seats nearby. On the surface, it might seem like harmless small talk, a polite gesture or a random curiosity. But if you're paying close attention, you'll realize this isn't just about gathering information. It's about creating an opportunity for connection. These small interactions, these soft openers, are some of the most common and frequently overlooked signals women send when they want to make an opening for engagement without taking a major risk. These moments are low stakes, disarming, and socially safe. She hasn't placed herself in a vulnerable position if you don't respond, but if you do, the door to a deeper conversation opens, and she's now free to engage further without appearing too forward. It's a subtle, strategic form of vulnerability. She protects her pride while still showing clear interest. What makes these moments powerful isn't the question itself, it's the intention behind it. When a woman asks you something she could easily have figured out on her own, it's not because she's forgotten how to use Google. It's because she's offering you a chance to step into her space and show confidence and warmth. She's testing you, but not in an aggressive way. She's watching how you respond, how you handle the situation. Does your energy match hers? Are you open to engaging, or are you distant, unapproachable? This is where many men miss their cue. They answer the question literally and with precision, but without presence. They don't realize that she's not just asking for the answer to her question. She's testing how you interact in an unscripted, spontaneous moment. She's inviting you into her space, subtly requesting that you engage, and she's waiting for you to take the lead. This is an opportunity, not just a random question. Many men fail to realize the power of these subtle cues. Women are far more socially intuitive than most men give them credit for. They understand how to create these small openings and, more importantly, they understand how to gracefully step away if the opportunity isn't taken. It's not because she lacks confidence. On the contrary, it's because she knows exactly what she's doing. She's aware of the social dynamics, the unspoken language of interactions. She's creating a window for connection, a chance for you to step up and show your true self. If you respond appropriately, calmly, confidently, and with presence, the conversation will likely flow naturally from there. She may follow up with a light laugh, a comment about the environment, or a shared observation about the place. These are all signs that she's comfortable lingering in your presence. Each of these tiny signals is an invitation for more interaction. She's offering you a hand forward, gently and subtly, and it's up to you to take it. The key here is understanding the moment for what it truly is. These small questions are opportunities for connection, tests of your ability to be present, and chances to show warmth and confidence. If you approach these interactions with the right mindset, they will lead to greater things. However, if you miss these cues, you'll be left wondering why she moved on so quickly, why the conversation fizzled out. You must be able to read the room, understand the signals, and respond with presence. And that's where the Stoic principles come in. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, taught us to remain unshaken by external circumstances, to master ourselves in all situations. These small moments are your chance to embody Stoic principles in the real world. When she asks a question she could have easily answered herself, don't panic. Don't rush to answer the question in a mechanical, robotic way. Instead, Respond with poise and confidence. Just as a Stoic would, you must be composed and deliberate in your response, maintaining control over your own emotions and actions. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." These seemingly insignificant moments are not obstacles to be avoided. They are opportunities for action. If you embrace them with calm, confidence, and warmth, you will not only respond to the moment, but you will also grow from it. In modern life, we often find ourselves caught up in distractions, busy schedules, and the constant noise around us. But the Stoic approach encourages us to step back, to find clarity and purpose in the moment. These interactions, while small, are powerful tests of your presence and your ability to engage meaningfully with others. They offer a glimpse into how you carry yourself when the world is unpredictable, how you show up in the quieter, more vulnerable moments of life. Take these opportunities seriously. Don't let them slip by unnoticed. When she asks a question, it's not just a question. It's a test of your presence, your confidence, and your ability to connect. You must see it for what it is, a chance to demonstrate the qualities of a Stoic: calm, composed, deliberate, and present, as Marcus Aurelius would advise. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't hesitate or overthink it. Take control of the interaction and lead with confidence. Women are testing your ability to engage, but also your ability to show warmth and assurance without being aggressive. They want to see if you can lead the interaction naturally, without pressure, with ease. That's what they're looking for. This is how you master the art of connection in modern life. So, next time a woman asks a seemingly random question, don't just answer it mechanically. Take a moment to read the situation and then engage. Lead with calm, warm confidence, and show her that you're someone worth talking to. Let the conversation flow naturally and see where it leads. The success of these small interactions depends entirely on your ability to stay grounded, calm, and self-assured. And as you practice these Stoic principles, you'll find that life itself becomes a series of opportunities to connect, grow, and master your own presence in the world. Take the opportunity when it comes, and let your Stoic mindset guide you to success in all of life's small, yet significant moments. All right, that wraps up our discussion on the clear signs that a woman wants to be approached. I hope this video gave you some valuable insight into how to recognize these subtle but powerful cues. Remember, these signs aren't random. They're intentional, and they give you a green light to take that next step with confidence. But the key to making it work is emotional awareness and trust in yourself. Don't overthink it. Just stay grounded, be respectful, and connect authentically. Relationships thrive when you're genuinely yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you picked up on these signs before? What moments led to a meaningful connection for you? Share your stories in the comments below and let's talk about it. If this video helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tips on dating, relationships, and understanding human behavior. See you in the next one.